Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. What an interesting day I had today. I mean, it was an interesting day. The day started out with me delivering a research project at the Toastmasters meeting where I talked about the difference between an inspirational, motivational speech and a TED talk and what I'm learning about preparing a TED talk, which is one of my goals for this year. After having done that, this afternoon I went to the business meeting, business networking lunch that I attend every Wednesday afternoon. And one of the members at the cabinet, which stands for Conroe Area Business Network, Leslie Williams, always listens to these videos that I record and post, and then she gives me feedback. And I do appreciate that dedication from her part. It helps me improve and it helps me feel better that somebody is watching what I'm putting out. Well, Leslie said she couldn't hear the video from last night. She said, I saw your lips move, but there was no sound coming out. So I pulled out my phone and I tried to play the video, and sure enough, there was no sound. The only thing that I can think of that could have happened is that I may have accidentally triggered the on off button on my headphones recorder. As you can see, this little thing, hey, there's a microphone, and down here in this little thingamabobber, there is a on off switch that I may have accidentally hit in turning it off. Or it may not have completely turned off, but I know that when I first bought this gizmo, I was having difficulty because I was at a live Zoom meeting and people were telling me they couldn't hear me. And I finally, after messing around with that switch, I was able to uh, communicate and people were able to hear me. And after that, I haven't had a problem until last night. And there was no sound on the video yesterday. But I also happen to be the inspirational motivational speaker, or what we call the motivation moment speaker at the networking meeting. So that gave me an opportunity to talk about mistakes and how, when we goof up things, life doesn't come to an end. My friend and mentor, Darren LaCroix, says you can learn anything you want if you're willing to make mistakes. I've spent my life way too long and way too much of my life worrying about making things perfect. We all do that. I don't know why. Why are we so hung up on having things perfect? Why are we so hung up on making sure that people have good opinion of us? What would people think if I made a mistake and I put out a video and there was no sound in that video? Oh my God. How embarrassing. Well, it wasn't embarrassing. It was just that happened. We got a laugh out of it. And by the way, it's still there. I'm not taking it down. I'll figure out how to put something on there letting people know that this was a boo boo, something going wrong, and there is no audio. And so I'll skip the video because there's no audio to go with it. But I have to figure out a way to put that on YouTube, and I'm not taking it down because it's giving me an opportunity to talk about. It's not the end of the world if you mess up at something. Life is a series of incidents. Life is a series of trips, and you know, every moment offers you an opportunity to learn and use it to grow and move forward, and also to help inspire other people because it's people who make mistakes and who are able to laugh at their mistakes are the ones who can help others give permission to make mistakes. I say I am the permission slip for the weirdos of the world to let their weird shine. That's my motto. That's my, I don't want to say a tagline, but that's my mantra. I am the permission slip for the weirdos of the world to let their weird shine. And if you make a mistake and you can laugh at that, yeah, it definitely takes a weirdo to be able to do that. Having said all of that, actually, yesterday's episode was about, is there anything new in this world? They say there's nothing new under the sun. And I was reading a book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And it's an interesting book. I finished it today. It's a small book, and it is all about coincidences and synchronicities in life that helps the person who pursues their dream by the universe conspiring in their favor to make their dreams come true. Interesting book, very interesting. It's a classic. I was reading the 25th anniversary version of the book, and yeah, a good story. Good story. You got to read it if you haven't read it. This is the first time I've read it. I've heard about it for years and years and years about The Alchemist, and I finally got to read it, and it was a very interesting read. So life is full of coincidences, synchronicities, uh, happenings, events that lead you from here to there. And those who dare to pursue their dreams and are brave enough to pay attention to their heart and listen to their heart and follow their callings will find, as I have at many a times, that everything falls in place just right at the right time. My trip from Chicago to LA on foot, 2,500 plus miles, was an interesting experiment that proved to me, showed to me over and over, day after day, that everything falls in place just right. In the process, I became more attuned to my own intuition and learned quite a few things and validated some of my beliefs that most people find it challenging to accept. But to me, they were no brainers. And my journey proved to me that, yeah, they are no brainers. They are exactly what I believe them to be. And one of the beliefs that I practice is that you see what you're expecting to see. My walk taught me, confirmed for me, validated for me that just because I believed that I would not be in any danger, by taking on this journey. I never felt threatened in any way whatsoever, while my friends were all concerned and worried that I may find trouble. Somebody might try to harm me, and that's incomprehensible to me. Yes, things happen, but I don't see why would somebody go out of their way just to harm somebody because they don't have anything better to do. Yes, people do that. Uh, we hear about that on the news, and unfortunately, the news media thrives on those things and blowing them out of proportion by playing it over and over and over and talking about this and interviewing that person and this person till something else they can find that would be more sensational. So yeah, I didn't don't fall for the sensation. My trip was one miracle after another because it was things falling in place, people coming out of nowhere to help me, and amazing coincidences taking place. I'm putting the book together. I have written about it on my blog as I blog. It's available on Patreon uh, under my name. So if you go to patreon.com/Rashid Huda, you will find my logs, travel log of my Route 66 walk. Uh, But I'm trying to put together a book where I can incorporate the lessons I learned and the wisdom that I gained and share that with the world. Having said all of that, yeah, I'm still laughing about yesterday's video with no sound. So go watch it for a few seconds, will you? Uh, if nothing else, you'll get a laugh out of it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a blessed night, and God bless you.